Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics, Economic and Non-State Institutions. Introduction. The societal world has been through several changes, advancement, and innovations since the dawn of Neolithic stage. In response to the changes, society was consisting of social structures and social institutions that are governed by norms and values. In this video, you will be able to have a better understanding of some of the significant facets of the economy, the various economic systems, banks, and other economic entities. You will also come across different business organizations. Furthermore, you will be able to understand the relationship between the state and market. Lastly, the elements of non-state institution in relation to their background, features, and functions. The economy. Historical overview. Economy is a social institution that organizes a society's production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. As an institution, the economy operates, for better or worse, in a generally predictable manner. Goods are commodities ranging from necessities, like for example, food, clothing, shelter, to luxury items like cars, swimming pools, and yachts. Services are activities that benefit others. For example, the work of priests, physicians, teachers, and computer software specialists. The economies of modern high-income nations are the result of centuries of social change. We turn now to the three technological revolutions that reorganized production and, in the process, transformed social life. First, agricultural revolution. The earliest human societies were made up of hunters and gatherers living off the land. In these technological simple societies, there was no distinct economy. Rather, producing and consuming were part of family life. Second, industrial revolution. By the mid-18th century, a second technological revolution was underway, first in England and then in North America. The development of industry was even more powerful than the rise of agriculture in bringing change to the economy. Industrialization changed the economy in 5 fundamental ways. The first, new source of energy. Second, centralization of work in factories. Third, manufacturing and mass production. Fourth, specialization. And fifth, wage labor. The Industrial Revolution gradually raised the standard of living as countless new products and services fueled an expanding marketplace. The third, Information Revolution and Post-Industrial Society. By about 1950, the nature of production was changing once again. The United States was creating a post-industrial economy, a productive system based on service work and high technology. Automated machinery and later robotics reduced the role of human labor in factory production and expanded the ranks of clerical workers and managers. The post-industrial era is marked by shift from industrial work to service work. Driving the change is a third technological breakthrough, the computer. In general, there have been 3 significant changes. First, from tangible products to ideas. Second, from mechanical skills to literacy skills. And the third, from factories to almost anywhere. Economic processes. First one, reciprocity. In most situations, when you give something away, you expect something in return. This economic process entails the exchange of commodities between parties, often of an individual basis. In reciprocity, there are no goods and services lost because it is a circular process wherein you just receive and return the favor. Barter is the most common form of reciprocity, as this process includes the exchange of commodities between individuals. Second, transfers. When resources from one individual or organization are given to another with no expectation of return. Example, transfer of financial aids, government subsidies, and social security. Third, redistribution. Economic redistribution occurs when the resources of one, several individuals or groups are collected and distributed proportionally or equally to participating members. Donations. It affects social conscience and or social image. It allows to gain public recognition and admiration. Tribute, a process where members of society give gifts to their chiefs, expecting that the latter would ensure their group's economic and political security. Bride price, the transferring of wealth from the man's family to the woman's family as a form of gift prior to the wedding. Fourth, market transactions. Market is referred to as the exchange of goods and services that involves buying and selling processes. Market is about making money, capital, income, and growth. Economic systems. Each country, through its government, would take various actions so that resources would be properly allocated and wealth as much as possible be equally distributed. To meet such goals, states have adopted different economic systems. The first, traditional economy. The economic system whereby the means of production is based on traditions, practices, and even beliefs of the people. Second, command economy. The means of production is owned and controlled by the government. Third, market economy. The means of production is controlled by private enterprises. And the fourth, mixed economy. This is a combination of the three other economic systems, variously defined as an economic system blending elements of a market economy with elements of a planned economy, free markets with state interventionism, or private enterprise with public enterprise. Relationship of state and market. The state and market are two different institutions, but they are interrelated and both perform critical functions. The state, as the one that directs the nation as a whole, has a greater role in the attachment of economic progress. Through its government, the state must be able to create laws, policies, and programs that would be of real benefit to the nation. It is vital that the state is able to protect its institutions from possible pressures that major actors of the market may cause. The state, being more dominant entity and as the protector of the welfare of the people, must be able to regulate economic activities so as not to pose threat to the economy. Non-state institutions and its typologies. Non-state institutions are institutions not related to the components of states. These institutions function with minimal intervention from state institutions. Kind of state institutions. First, banks and corporations. There are several financial institutions that aid people in terms of money and investment. Banks are known as the financial institutions that are authorized under the law to safekeep monetary deposit. Financial institutions are categorized in 5 forms. First, commercial banks. Second, investment banks. Third, insurance companies. Fourth, brokerages. And 5, investment companies or corporations. The second is cooperatives and trade unions have the primary role of promoting labor welfare and good industrial relations. They are organizations which comprises workers and laborers with common goals, decency, and welfare. Third, transnational advocacy group serves as international catalyst for change, aiming to achieve international changes toward policy and practices. Fourth, developmental agencies. These agencies concentrate on the growth, progression, and advancement of specific social concern, which can be infrastructure or social institutions. Interrelationship of government and non-state institutions. Governments are faced with varying demands from its constituents. When governments are unable to address such demands and the related issues, non-state institutions create responses to facilitate government intervention through policy campaigns or even actual delivery of demanded services and products. First, economic alliance aims to promote improvement and, at the same time, resolve issues concerning closed economies. Second, national security, a state or condition where our most cherished values and beliefs are permanently protected and continuously enhanced. Third, disaster mitigation and risk reduction, one of the areas non-state institutions are actively involved in its disaster response. And fourth, social development entails productivity, better efficiency, accomplishments, and innovations. References: